Hey. Here we go, holy ones. Indigo Children, also called Magi Kings, Priest Kings, back in those ancient days of Atlantis, yes. And also, you could say we're kind of like cousins with the Anunnaki. And I'll explain that because we are coming out of the Elohai together. We're just in different races though. So, but we're going to be talking about, you would say, the drama that's playing out on Earth. And how it affects all of our spiritual ascension. How the Indigo Children are involved, how the Anunnaki are involved. And we know it's also the reptilians, but tonight's about the Anunnaki and Indigos. Coming out of the blue flame. Machiwa to all of you coming in to share this sacred space together as light workers, as Azarites, as Oraphim, as guardian angelic nations, as guardian alliance. A lot of us incarnated from these identities, these connections, our direct connection to Source God, our mission, our agenda. They even call it Team Indigo, baby. What's up? Machiwa. It's a great blessing to be able to share these Emerald Order teachings with you, because tonight that's what the perspective we're going to be talking from, not from a lot of the stuff you hear in spiritual, new age systems and some of this and stuff coming out of like all kinds of mystical teachings or new age teachings. There's a lot of distortions out there, but tonight we're going to talk about some of those distortions, and we're going to talk about what the guardians say about this spiritual warfare. And so it's a big deal because it affects all of us. It affects our planet. So this is ongoing, and we prefer to stand in love, light, and awareness, not love, light, and clueless. Because clueless people in the spiritual communities don't want to talk about anything dark or negative. But this is exactly what you could say is a distortion itself. You want to, for your own realization, your own spiritual protection, be mindful, be aware of, have knowledge about the fallen, shadow, dark part of the spiritual awakening. And you can be sitting in your unity, in your Christ consciousness, and not care about this, but this affects all of your brothers and sisters on the planet. And we're about unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. We care about what affects our brothers and sisters, not just go in our own little bubble. Machiwa. So let's be mindful of that. Love, light, and informed. Lighten our charcoal disc. Getting prepared for our cleansing our sacred space. Cleansing our light body. Getting ready to talk about what's going down. 2025. Spiritual G's. Gangsters and Christos. Bless the Kirashe. Bless Kundere. And the Unisai. God Force. God Self. Know thyself, holy ones. God sovereign free. Much respect to your spiritual journey and awakening. Yeah, baby. Look at that copal, that frankincense, that benzoin. Looks like I forgot some amber. Did I really let it? I guess I did. Let me grab it. It's right here. Woohoo! Party time! Thank you for your patience as we put this together. Gotta have that amber. Got a little piece of Palo Santo. There we go. We're set now, baby. Palo Santo's powerful. Amber's powerful. All these resins. I get these online from Divine Incense and other places. I buy it by the pound. So I buy it wholesale. Might as well invest for the whole year to come, right? Shikas Masu! That's so cool how it melts like that. You can hear it pop. Thank you for being with us tonight. This is a live broadcast. Let's say hello to all our homies in the house. Coming on in. Whoa, already got 77 people online. Blessings to all of you. And moderators, if we have some issues, let me know, and I will put it on, one chat per minute thing. Eddie family, brother, Holy One, good to see you, man. Mario Cerverio, what's up? Crystal Child here. Welcome, Crystal Child. Gina Sutton, sister, thank you for those wonderful energies. Bless you, sister. And Eddie and Gina, thank you for being members, Holy Ones. We have Telesterian Center. Hi from Australia. Welcome, Australia, Holy One. You're either up really late or early, right? 1984, homie, says Mario. Welcome, Holy One. I'm a little bit older generation, 1970. Machiwa. Some people, I just got called an old man by some rude person, today on chat, or not chat, but a video comment. Called me grandpa. I am a grandpa. That was a compliment, homie. What are you talking about? I have not even a 1-year-old granddaughter. She's on her way in a few more months. She'll be one. Already getting ready to walk. That little indigo princess. Spiritual ascension. Good evening, Holy Ones. We have Adra in the house. Shadow Dwellers. Welcome, you guys. BRC 46 and 2. Higher Dimensions. Greetings, Holy One. Sarah Holder. Blessing, sister. And you guys, I want to say, I'm sorry for being late. I had a lot of things that got me behind. So instead of canceling live, it's better late than not doing it at all, right? Better late than never. So just wanted to say I'm sorry about that. Indigo Wizard, brother, what's up, man? And I gotta hold my staff at least for 10 minutes, man. Oh, man. Machiwa. Come on, yeah. Did I just move the camera? Yeah. What in the world is going on? I must have bumped into my camera. It looks like it's fine. The guy readjusted it. So, and this was gifted to me by Indigo Wizard, just saying again. And you can see the lacquer on it. It's very strong. That's why I can't deal with the smell until it goes away, you know. So, but it is so blessed and profound, and it is very strange. You know, I was having visions in my dreams, holding a staff, and it was assisting. It was like an extension, a tool, an extension to direct and flow, to travel. I saw myself in a Merkaba. I saw myself traveling some other world within a few seconds. These are our true capacities. You ever heard of a Merkaba field? It's like a vehicle of light. And it's, you know, fallen angels have to use these technologies to travel. Beings who are expanding their consciousness, who are connected to their vertical connection to source, can use spiritual tech. So this is very important to be mindful of what you're dreaming. It is a part of you are, of what's going on with your awakening, because it's kind of like one of the places where you can more easily connect to your Christos, your personal Christos, your family of incarnations. See, the thing we study here is there's no such thing as past lives or future lives, but we talk about that so other people can, you know, downstep it. What's actually happening is simultaneous lives. And so you have, or you can say all humans or all beings have a divine blueprint, have a Christos avatar, and that is in downstepped itself, projected itself in 1,728 incarnations in different time vectors. So it's not a past thing, a future thing, it's a now thing. So we connect to that. In our journey, we connect to that. And so this is something that you realize or don't, but it's something to do with opening and activating your DNA, opening and activating your psychic abilities. And speaking of which, we have the heart chakra, the green ray. We have the blue chakra, the blue ray. This is the indigo ray, baby. Now, we have a bunch of distortions. People will say this is a purple chakra. It's not a purple chakra, honey. There's no such, a purple chakra does not exist. And yes, we're talking about light spectra. It's not a matter of opinion. Oh, I think it's that color. Oh, I think it's that color. Hello. The Guardians call this blue. This is called indigo. This is called violet. This is called gold. This is called silver, the diagonal one. And this one's called dark blue or blue black. And then this is dark silver or silver black. We got the one below your feet, 6 inches below your feet, pure white. And beyond. See, we're talking about the Indigo Children and the Anunnaki. They're coming from the blue flame. Holy Elohai, the 13th chakra. The one in the you can visualize in your third eye. It's located in the middle of the planet. That's our plasma body, baby. And this is something that we work on in our spiritual journey, what we work on in our identity. You put your consciousness into a turquoise or pale turquoise Merkaba and visualize it being in the middle of the earth, you're connecting to Holy Elohai. You're connecting to our higher levels of spirit and consciousness. And so this is something that we work on in these teachings. We study the higher chakras when most New Agers and spiritual systems only talk about 7. That's chump change. You're getting gypped, Holy Ones. That's more than, or less than half of who you are. So aim higher than 7D, the crown. What I just said right here, this is the 8th chakra, gold. Not the throat, this is the throat. Not the heart, this is the heart. This is the thymus. Feel your collarbone. Go to the middle of your collarbone. A little bit down from that, a little bit. There you go. You can feel it. The other one is diagonal. This one's diagonal, this way. The silver one is diagonal that way. Okay? They're the only 2 diagonal chakra. You don't hear nothing like that in the New Age spirituality. And we show diagrams of it. We show these vortices coming out in front and the back. Where they're located has nothing to do with your navel. That's not a chakra. This is a chakra. Your solar plexus. That's why it's called the solar plexus chakra. There's a chakra near your sacral, your genital area. That's your sacral chakra, orange ray. Okay, the perineal is your root chakra, the red ray. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo. Indigo ray, baby. So, Indigo Children, why they're called Indigo Children is because a lot of the psychic people were starting to see these children, their aura. Their aura is an indigo ray. Now, every now and then, you're going to have actually people born in hospitals, little babies who actually have blue skin. I'm not talking about Smurf blue or something like that, but you could see some tint of blue in their body. Excuse me. So this is something that those babies disappear really quick if they find out about that. You understand? There's secret governments, there's secret militaries, there's abductions, there's human created UFOs. Those are the physical ones you see. Because there's other higher evolved UFOs, whatever you want to call them nowadays. They keep changing what they are. I'm going to stick to UFO, baby. And the ones made of light are coming from higher dimensions, not man-made or military human-made. Realize? So, Machiwa. Thank you, brother. I figured that much. The room that I put this in, the whole room smells like it. I'm grateful for it, though. I'm glad you put that on there, so it protects it longer, keeps the lifespan. And I always wanted a staff that was shaped like this. Not straight, but an authentic... this has a backstory. Indigo has a story about this. I'm just honored. Thank you so much, brother. Sarah Burchett in the house. Tanya. Tigre. Sorry, sometimes I can't get them right. Stardust Goddess. Sun in the house. Okay, we got Fog Mellow. Let me see. So I trust my moderators. Obviously, I'm not doing it. But Fog Mellow, first of all, you have, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I'm answering your question. You have more than one username. Do you not? Starseed, Fog Mellow. You're using some of my content on your Instagram or some other TikTok account. You've been causing issues in the members area. I don't know the whole story, but if you have an issue about what I just said, write me and we'll talk about it. But we're not going to have people using a bunch of usernames coming in and out. This is why I changed the invite of the membership area. We're going to clean up the membership area. We've had a lot of trolls, a lot of people attacking us, and these people are using more than one account, using the same invite link. Not anymore, honey. We wised up to that. We're not going to have those issues and problems. Maybe you're legit, Fog Mellow. So that's why I am open to discussion on the matter. We have, looks like Indigo. Tanya says she's an Indigo child. Thank you guys for being with us. This is a spiritual war, you guys. And so I just want to explain a little bit about the 15-dimensional time matrix, because it helps you understand Indigo Children and Anunnaki. So let me show it to you on the screen right now. And so let me switch over real quick so you guys can visualize it and you don't see it. And then we'll talk more about the indigos. Pull up PDF. That's the wrong, I meant Photoshop. This is the 15-dimensional time matrix. And this is our reference point. This is an excellent learning tool. It's an excellent teaching tool. It helps me teach and it helps you learn. So, and this data is not from my imagination. This data is coming from the Emerald Order, the Freedom Teachings. So, and we even have something called, sorry, I'm using Photoshop. There is something called the Indigo Children Tribes. We're called Magi Kings. And Magi comes from the word Maharaji. Maharaji. Magi. Magi. Maharaji. Azarites, which are blue angels. Oraphim, which are these angels over here. Okay, feline avian hominid. That's the line of Indigo Children Type 3s. This is the line for Indigo Children Type 1 and 2s. We'll talk about that with Type 1, Type 2, Type 3. And so tonight. So, but Magi, you see the connection with Azarites and Oraphim. And this is the actual Azarite, which is not as high level as indigos. Actually, indigos are the highest level beings in the 15-dimensional time matrix. I mean, the indigo type 1s and 2s. The indigo type 3s are coming from, I mean, they come to the 6th dimension, right? We learned that before they come to Earth, they come through the Stargate 6, SG6, just like Jesus did. And that's from Sirius B, Gate 6, not Earth Gate 6. Sirius B, Gate 6, the Indigo Children are coming in. But they come through the creation. They're coming down. The Indigo Type 3s are coming from here. Holy Elohai, the Blue Flame, Royal House of Armatena, the Emerald Order. This is why, and just so you know, let me, 1 second here. These are the Emerald Order teachings. It's in the name, Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order. Also the Emerald Covenant. Okay, so that's the source. It's not coming from angels. It's not coming from archangels. It's coming from you would say, well, the avatar level, it's coming from beyond the avatar level. Because after the avatar level, I'll go back to the diagram. After avatars is the universal trinity, the blue flame, Elohai, gold flame, Seraphi, and Brahmarama, violet flame. So if you guys resonate with being an indigo child, you're coming from the blue flame. You can only come from the blue flame as an indigo child. Star seeds, which are also guardians, helping the human race, helping Earth, they could be any type of race. You know, we have the guardian angelic nations, 25 billion different types of alien races. So there's all kinds of star seeds that could be helping, but there's specific star seed races that the Voyager's books talks about that were helping the human race with the genetic hybridization. Not the indigos. They're on a different mission. Okay? So star seeds are about the DNA. They're about the drama playing out on Earth. The actual names of those races are in the Anunnaki language: Antrian, Brenua, Hibaru, Melchizedek, and Uniseti. Brown skin, yellow skin, red skin, white skin, black skin. All the skins on planet Earth, part of the same human race, but coming from the tint of the starseed. So yes, starseeds are involved in our DNA. Indigo Children, I'll go back to the diagram. And I actually didn't boot him, did I? I didn't boot Fogmello. I just read his comment. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's already on here. So you have to be coming from the blue flame if you think you're an indigo. And quite frankly, just like the Maharaji on Sirius A, not planet Earth, they're ETs from another planet. They have blue skin. So do indigo children. But the indigo children aren't called indigos because of the skin. It's like I told you, they're called indigos because they have the indigo ray. You see a difference between indigo and blue? And I don't have purple here. Maybe this could be called purple. You see the difference? This is not purple, Vatos. Now, between strand 5 and strand 6 is 12 substrands of DNA. So let me show you that. Why you could be thinking of purple chakra. Let me 1 second here. Christos avatar graphics. And I'm trying, oh, wait a second. I know where this is. I can pull it up faster. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, there's a couple diagrams I want to show you here. But I already forgot this one, but. Yeah. So we have these different chakra. Oh, okay. Now I realize what I wanted to do. I was trying to show you the substrands. So when you're, let's say you're working on your fourth strand, this isn't representative of what a DNA looks like. This is a diagram to help you understand some of these concepts. Like you have to live 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is connected to your chakra, the strand of DNA. There's 12 substrands, 12 lifetimes that you live to create one whole strand. Once you finish this strand, you're going to... I didn't mean to do that. I hit the brush. You would start working on this strand and also do its 12 strands, 12 lifetimes. And by the way, in this density, there's still gender. So you would be going male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female, which are pairs, by the way. This is a soulmate, soulmate, twin flame, soulmate, twin flame, and so on. So gender is just part of half of a whole being, half of an androgynous being. So we're here on Earth. Let me get a different diagram here. We're in the Aryan race period, and trying to develop the fourth strand. You see, you got to live through each life here, 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 until you get a strand. But this is why the guardians, the Indigo Children, and the starseeds are coming to planet Earth to help us do it in one lifetime, to do the whole strand and this whole strand in one lifetime. Hello, it's called, let me show you that. Let me bring it up on the screen. To do that in one lifetime, you need to do something called bioregenesis. Okay, Kathara Biospiritual Healing. This is a 296-page document. And it teaches you how to ascend in one lifetime. Actual spiritual science, mechanics, techniques. This is what we teach here at Christos Avatar Emerald Order Teachings. The Freedom Teachings are about ascending in this lifetime. Not later, but now. But yeah, let me check on chat because we got trolls I got to check. I don't know how, okay. So this is why the indigos are called indigo. And so, this is what I want to show you. Let me see if I can bring this on the internet. Perfect, perfect. So now let me link it. All right. Remember, I just showed you 12 lifetimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, this thing, but it says it reconnected. Let me wait. Okay, it says excellent connection. Okay. I don't know. I'm not trying to show the chat, man. Dang. Okay. No, I want to show Photoshop. That's right. I don't know if you guys can see this, but let me see. I have to push F5 sometimes to refresh the screen. It says connect streaming software to go live. It's not going to my Photoshop. Go to Photoshop, Holy One. I'm supposed to be on Photoshop. It looks like you'll be able to see it. I just don't, it's not caught up, but you see this little period? It's turning from blue going into purple. So we live 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're going to be going through different wave spectra in your consciousness, in your energy. So I don't know if you saw that. I'll have to create a diagram just for that. But I'm just frustrated because it's not showing it up to date, or it's not showing. I want to go back to Photoshop, so let me go back to Photoshop. Yeah, okay, so we're back to Photoshop. All right, so which diagram? Here's a different diagram. This diagram. Okay, it's not even it. So let's go to, here's an idea of the difference in DNA. Like this is a 12-strand potential. So the Lemurians came onto planet Earth, they were only having 2 strands of DNA. They didn't even have as much consciousness as we do now. So they had to create 10 more strands. And this was 73,000 years ago, the Lemurians. And then the Atlantean race came in. And we're going to talk about the Anunnaki too, don't worry, but we got to throw some of this history in here. And then you have the Atlantean race creating strand 3. You would live 12 lifetimes, male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female. And then you would have another strand, and then you go into the next race, incarnate into the Aryan race. And they're creating the 4th strand. And the race after them creating the 5th strand, the Mavarians. That's in the future. Most of the planet will be yellow skin in the future. And then it will be a black skin race, mostly black skin races in the far, far future, creating the indigo. Now there's going to be all kinds of 3D ideas about what I just said. But we had just mentioned how there's 5 skin tones because of the star seeds. So you see how you go through spiritual ascension, 2 strands, then 3 strands, and then 4 strands, and then 5 strands. It's 6 strands. And at the end of the day, let me close this one. We're a 12 strand at the end of the day. 12 chakra, 12 strands, 12 tribes. 12 tribes because each strand is created by a different tribe. We have the Polarians. Do you even know who those are? The Hyperboreans, the Lemurians, the Atlanteans, strand 3, Aryans, strand 4, Mavarians, strand 5, Unchechi. Those are all Earth seed races, what I just mentioned. Now the starseed races, Anunnaki language, are Antren, Branua, Hibaru, Melchizedek, Uniseti. Those are our higher strands, our higher consciousness. We become 12-strand Christed beings. This is truly what our goal is. And this one is just showing you human races. But look at a being would eventually have 12 strands, but let it connect, reconnect, it's connecting. Excellent connection again. Thank you, all of you who are here with us, 132 souls. So we have the Indigo Children type 3s who have 24 strands. Like the 12-strand DNA is called Diamond Sun. This is called Double Diamond Sun. And then we have 36-stranders. Those are usually Indigo type 3s. I mean type 2s. And also this is supposed to be Lyran Syrian Anunnaki. And then we got something called 48 strands. These are type 1 Indigo Children. Also the people on the Syrian Council. I mean, look at this compared to like one of these humans. You know, 2 strands. And 3 strands is 3D ego. So here is this 15-dimensional time matrix. And look at where the Indigo Children are coming from. Between these levels, between this high levels of this time matrix and the 3 levels of the Ascended Masters. Okay? This is what Indigo Children are. And when they come to Earth, they're being put on Ritalin, on depression drugs. They're being suppressed. They're being disempowered. Now they have no idea what's going on. So it worked for some indigos. Some of us are waking up. Some of us are remembering. Now, out of the 15 dimensions, the 12 dimensions actually, this is where planets and ETs are starting at dimension 12. We have 2 races from the blue flame. The Anunnaki, the cat people, like you see in Avatar. I mean, like that. That's just an idea, an example. And then you have something that's called feline aquatic apes. Okay, we're getting towards the Anunnaki here. And I actually been working on my Metatron video, which has these Anu Elohim feline aquatic apes. Let me bring you a picture. There's a feline aquatic ape. Okay, part feline, part ape, and has some aquatic features. Now, I'm not completely done, but I'm still working on this ET race, but they're going to have cat features. Now, when you go to Voyagers, let me switch to that. Okay, this is Voyagers, the one you saw next to me on the camera. There's no pictures in here. I'll scan through it. There's no pictures of anything. Actually, there is a basic diagram in Voyager. I mean, picture. It's not even colored or anything. It's just a simple drawing. But you see what I'm saying? But the descriptions are in here. Let me look for Elohai. Actually, in Voyagers 1. Elohai. Not Elohim. Elohai. Let me find it right here. And let me make sure it's showing up in camera. Thank you guys for being with us tonight. Appreciate you guys being here. Okay, so there is a race that became fallen angelic, the Anu Elohim, Anu, feline aquatic ape. That means they're part cat, part ape, and has some aquatic features. Hello, feline aquatic ape. What do you guys think? Write it in the comments, because I work my ass off to do this for you guys. Let's see some other examples of a feline aquatic ape. Sometimes I can't see the pictures very well, but feline aquatic ape. Their skin is going to look amphibian type because it goes underwater. I haven't made pictures of it underwater yet. This is going to be in my Metatron video. I showed one of these to Indigo Wizard. He didn't have nothing to say about it, but what do you guys have to say about it? Write it in the comments. Because once again, this is my energy, my frequency, my work to explain something that's hard to explain. I'll show you one more. I mean, the Anunnaki are freaking dolphin people, the original ones. I can't find that, so some cat futures, some feline futures, ape futures, and some aquatic futures. Feline, aquatic apes. Now let me close these all out. I didn't mean to close the time matrix out. What the shit? Now I gotta reopen the time matrix. Let me throw that in. So, in the Anunnaki cat people are in the 12th dimension. This is important to explain because a lot of people think the Anunnaki made us. No, they did not make us. And I'm going to show you how. We're from the 12th dimension, baby. This is part of who we are. We come from the blue flame. The Anunnaki, feline cat people, not the Anu, but the Anunnaki felines created a race in the lower density called the Lyran Syrian Anunnaki. These ones are described as Syrian whites. I actually have pictures of that too. So let me show you. Lyran Syrian Anunnaki. Let me bring that up. Lyran Syrian Anunnaki. Feline, aquatic. No, these are just Lyran Syrian Anunnaki. So this is the middle range. The middle range, not the highest level. Those are feline, aquatic. Those are, well, I can show you those too, but they're just cat people. These are like white, you would say. They're called, you know, the tall whites, like I showed you in the diagram. So, when I make all these guardian races, I'm going to make a video about them. I've been working on it for a year or so. I want to create all the guardian races and even some of the fallen angel races and show you a video with like a gallery of showing you and talking to you about all these different races. So the Anunnaki cat people made the Lyran Syrian Anunnaki people, and then they made themselves the Oraphim race in the lower density. You see how that works? Generally speaking, a race will create another race in, this race will create another race in a lower density. This race will create another being in a lower density, and that is the Oraphim. Feline, avians, so bird, cat people. Okay? This is where we come from. We didn't come from no freaking Anunnaki. That is New Age distortion. That is a fallen angelic agenda propaganda. They're trying to insert them into their creation narrative. And people got duped by it. People are following it. No, we're from Anunnaki, not Anu. We're Anunnaki, coming from the 12th dimension. The Anunnaki are not even as high as us. So the Anu, feline aquatic apes, I showed you a picture of them. They fell. They became dark and twisted and attacked the Guardians. This is the first fallen angelic race, man. They actually started fighting the reptilian beings, the dragons, Omicrons, but they were basically the ones that threw the first punch. They're the ones that started all the attack on the Guardians. And so this race created also another race inside the 11th dimension. This is where the original true-blooded Anunnaki are. Now, here's an inset that explains this line. And in my 2025 diagram, because this is the 2024 diagram, I'm going to put Metatron. I forgot to put Metatron, or I just didn't think of it then. But it's a big part of this. But Metatron is actually not from our time matrix. They're not coming from in the time matrix. They're an ascended master, man. They're an ascended master who put their consciousness in the universal trinity in the violet flame in the 15th dimension. And just like I was showing you, these races create races down here. Well, this is where Metatron is. Here's Metatron. They put themselves in here, and then that created this Anu race. And then the Anu race, the Anu Elohim, when they fell, created the Jehovian Anunnaki. And it is Jehovian Anunnaki who create the Yahweh, God stories, biblical stories, and commanding you to worship them as God. First of all, it's not, Jehovah is not a person. It's not even a real being. Yahweh is not even a real being. It's a being, a personification created by these bipedal dolphin people. I haven't created pictures of them yet. I'm not talking about Enki, Enlil, or Marduk. That's way down here, man. They're coming from Nibiru in density 2. This is the original Anunnaki, where the Enki, Enlil, Marduk, Enki, and Enlil. They're races, hybrids. They're hybrids of this 12th dimensional. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. I'm at 11th dimensional Jehovian Anunnaki. So Enki, Enlil, and Marduk have DNA from the original Anunnaki, but they're not the original. Look at Enki, for example. If I could find it. What is Enki? It's a humanoid, insectoid, reptilian serpent. And I got pictures of those guys. The Enki Anunnaki. It's not a person, some brother, not some god. That's what they want you to think. That's their propaganda. That's their false narratives in New Age. Enki! Anunnaki! That's not the best picture I have. Let me get a better one. These are just different snake people. They got snake features. Yeah, for some reason my images are backwards on there. I'm just throwing whatever I see. Enki Anunnaki. Not some creature on Earth, but on planet Nibiru. They're ETs, homie. And they bring you these gods. Oh, worship Enki, worship Enlil, worship the Anunnaki. These are fallen angels who are scary looking. Who are dark and twisted Luciferians. Lucifer concept doesn't come from Earth. It comes from other worlds, other beings, other entities. And we're still in male, female, so yeah, they will have some type of... See, that one's not very good. These are different stages of pictures that I was creating. But they are, just like it says, remember, there's no pictures in Voyagers 2, but they're called... Well, let's look at the diagram again. They're called humanoid... because they're shaped like humans, 2 legs, 2 arms, insectoids, reptilians, serpents. This is not me making this up. It says they're tall, they're black-haired and tan skin and have a hook nose. That's what I reflected in those pictures. So it's part Jehovian Anunnaki mixed with Zeta Gray Alien Anunnaki. This is why they have their appearance. This is why they're part insectoid, part serpent, because That's coming from the gold flame. So they took some of the seraphim races and mixed it with blue flame races, and you get an inky. Specifically, nobody's gonna on the internet is gonna teach you this stuff, man. Inky is specifically part Jehovah Anunnaki and part Zeta gray alien. We all know what Zeta gray aliens look like. You see how it's way down here in density 2? Not the original Anunnaki. So people have all these twisted, crazy ideas of what are Anunnaki. They're getting them from false New Age, and they are in several of these narratives are intentionally distorting you, purposely throwing the narrative off, coming from the Illuminati narrative. This is where this whole idea of Inky brothers with Enlil and Marduk and all these Yahweh God stories coming out of Jewish mysticism, coming out of New Age, coming from these agendas. People can argue all day long. This is coming from the Emerald Order, and they tell you where these beings are coming from, what their DNA is, what their agendas are. Let me show you their agendas of Inky and Anunnaki. Let me check on chat. And I will go through the questions too, you guys. I will go through the questions. Just let me go through this PDF. Voyagers 2, baby. Inky, where's Inky? Inky. Enlil, Jehovian. It's in Jehovian. Primary races. No, wait. Let me just put the word Inky. Inky. So I can find it. They're coming from the Zeta. See? The Zeta gray alien races. This is why they look how I showed you in those pictures. I'm not making this stuff up, you guys. This is talked about in huge detail in the Voyagers books, in the Emerald Order Freedom Teachings. And they're associated like with this, the agendas. There's different agendas. Core agenda, the Zeta Reticuli is Zeta, Pleiadian, Nibirian, Anunnaki. There's also something called the Pleiadian Nibirian Coalition. Something about the Emerald Covenant refugees. But there's also something called Draconian Orion Confederation. And what are they associated with? The Zeta Gray aliens specifically. I'm trying to look for the Inky. Semyasi, Luciferian, Toth, Inky, Zephlehim, Allies, MJ12, Nazi, Zeta Treaties, Enslaved the Zeta Reticuli, Thule Society, Black Dawn, Golden Dawn, Aleister Crowley, Enochian Watchtowers. Man, that's what these agendas are working on planet Earth. This is how they are involved on planet Earth. They give you Wicca. They give you astrology. Now you're worshiping planets. Now you're worshiping Greek gods. Now you're worshiping Roman gods. Now you're looking at birth charts. Now you're looking at psychic readings. Now you're looking at metaphysical cults. Now you're learning all you can about pagans. Now you're learning about all this stuff, man, coming from fallen angelics. And these beings are telling you they're good guys. And now you just get, pumped by this narrative. Coming in from the aliens themselves, coming in from the Illuminati puppets on strings. They controlling the Illuminati. The Illuminati are controlling the narrative for their masters. So, I'm painting a picture of Anunnaki and Indigo Children. Indigo Children are here serving the path of order. Anunnaki, well, you got all kinds of people loving on Inky, loving on Enlil. But they're actually bad guys pretending to be good guys, and they're actually diabolical. They represent the path of chaos. They're phantom beings. Some of them are in the phantom matrix. Okay? They need to feed off of the living system. This is why they open portals with HARP. This is why they open portals in the Philadelphia experiment, in the Montauk Project. They're connecting you to the phantom matrix. They're bringing in their craft. They're bringing in their soul essences, coming into hybrid bodies, clone bodies. We have beings, Anunnaki on planet Nibiru, but we also have hybrid human Anunnaki on Earth. So they're walking amongst us in hybrid human bodies, look like humans, but don't act or believe or think like humans, which are coming from the guardian races. This is why they're demonizing the human race, putting down the Christos. It's called anti-Christos. Now you're serving fear and worshiping, serving guilt and shame, subservience, blind worship. You're worshiping these El, God, Yahweh creature beings. Inky, Metatron, you're worshiping them, giving them energy. When these teachings talk about, what are you doing? We don't worship. That's a fallen angelic creation, worshiping, feeding. Religions are fallen angelic systems of worship. Looking and up to, trying to get divine grace. You don't need grace from other higher dimensional beings. You are multi-dimensional, you would say 1,728 incarnations. You are all Christos avatars located in 1,728 different places in creation. You are lower beings, you are mid-level beings, you are high-level beings at once, all together in the presence. Not past lives like Hinduism and Buddhism are teaching. Oh, you die and become another person. It doesn't work that way. You're here and you're there and 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 all these places. This is your personal Christos, the Guardians call it. But these fallen angels are bringing you religions. They're bringing you gods. They're bringing you worship and subservience. You're feeding phantom because they are finite in the subtime-space distortion cycle. Let me show you on a diagram of the phantom universe, where most of these beings, like Inky, Enlil, they're called Luciferians. They call themselves the Luciferian Covenant. It's not a secret in their world. The regular living phantom matrix. The living matrix. And here's the phantom matrix. And this phantom matrix is feeding off of the living matrix because this is finite. What does finite mean? That means they're not connected to, you see, there's no Templar here. There's Templar over here, chakras. This is connection to life force energy. There's also connection in the the parallel universe. I didn't put the chakras on here. I got to do that on my 2025 diagram. But just realize there's Templar in the living system. This is creation currents. This is light spectra. Feeding the time matrix, feeding the universes, feeding the galaxies, feeding the dimensions. These are all Merkaba stars too, feeding planets, feeding the races and beings on planets. They're not being fed over here. They're cut off from here. They're dark souls, dark oversouls, dark avatars. This is where your precious Inky, Luciferian Inky, Enlil, and Marduk, and Yahweh, and Metatron are coming from. They're beings pretending to be good guys. They're coming from a black hole system, the bottomless pit. That's what religion calls it, or hell, or Hades from the Greek mythologies. They're the location of the fallen angelic ET races with mutated DNA. That means they can no longer heal themselves without some assistance. It's not within their own power anymore because they've been falling and falling. Going into the path of chaos leads you to this situation, leads you into the destiny of sorrow, leads you into self-destruction, self-annihilation, into what the Guardians call space dust. But how do they feed off the living system? I told you, the black holes, the wormholes they're creating. These are ancient wormholes they created in Atlantis. They're still in operation. Not to mention they created the HARP system for similar purposes. The HARP system can do many diabolical things, but this is one of the things they can do. Bring in fallen angelic resources, you could say, to our living system. Feed off of our living system to religions. With your free will, you're giving your free will to Elohim, to Yahweh, to Jehovah. You're feeding Allah. You're feeding all of these Greek gods, diabolical Viking gods, the sick, twisted Nordic gods, all these Hindu gods, Shiva. Some of these beings eat human bodies. They're cannibals. They're worse than humans are. But they're being called divine. They're being worshipped as divine. Doesn't matter if it's the Vatican, the reptilian Vatican, the snake, or Anunnaki, or some in-between races, mixture of races. They're not human, baby. But they're being worshipped as benevolent beings who came to Earth. Maybe, let's say, Thoth. Maybe Thoth looks like human when he comes in here. But on planet Nibiru, baby, he's a freaking humanoid, insectoid, reptilian serpent. And I already told you some of the agendas that they're doing. Okay. Thank you for hanging with us here at Christos Avatar, talking about the Indigos pairing off versus the Anunnaki. Let me refresh my screen. And I'll start reading the questions, you guys. Thank you for your patience. Bless all of you for being here. It's not even going up that high. Maybe because I push refresh. Minister Queen the 30th. That's the earliest one I have, you guys. Sorry, you can repeat your question if you want. Machiwa, sorry for being off topic, Christos. I love your luscious hair. Oh. How long have you grown it, Star Brother? I'm not doing very well with this hair. I'm not taking care of it as good as I could. I've watched some people's videos, some guys who have really beautiful long hair. I'm trying to get tips from them, but I bought some better products, but it's still dry. I ordered something to help me keep it more hydrated, but it's not as long as it could have been. I was homeless. It got tangled up a lot. It comes out of my brush a lot. I'm not a good example, Holy One. Honestly, this is frizzed hair. It's not cool as like I wanted. Ultimately, I would love to have silver or white dreads, but my hair is not long enough or it's not strong enough. And plus, I heard it's very painful to have any type of dreads, or not dreadlocks, but braids or whatever. I would love to have white braids, man. Only because that's what the Lyran cat people love. I've seen visions of that. They have hair, and they put it in dreads. I can't explain it. I can't prove that to you, but that's what I've seen. But anyways, that's, certain Lyrans out there will have that. Thank you for your kind comment, though. Bless you. I have no advice because I'm not an expert. I wouldn't want to give you my crappy advice. Yeah. But thank you. Jeff, hey, brother. I create them with Midjourney. Everybody should know what is Midjourney now. If you don't, simply look it up. I don't know why that was a bad question. Is the spirit of vengeance real? Maybe he wrote other comments? There's certainly vengeance involved in Yahweh. Yahweh is a wrathful, vengeful God. It doesn't matter because also all these other gods like Allah is a wrathful, vengeful God that destroys, murders, sacrifices. You guys, God, the real God, because there's plenty of fake gods, destroy. I even had someone ask a question, can God, when they don't understand the concept of law of one, we're all God, but can God destroy fallen angels? Yes, God could, but God doesn't. God won't. We're too busy destroying ourselves down here. We murder each other down here. We're using our free will, and God allows it. God doesn't judge free will, doesn't punish. This is the 3D ideas, which is a low level compared to 15 levels, right? Even the Christos 12D level, it's low. Low ideas, distorted ideas. The distortion of 11, of 10, the distortion of 9, the distortion of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. That's a lot of distortion that happened from the 12th dimensional divine blueprint. We are perfect up there. Down here, we're a copy of a copy of a copy, a distortion of a distortion. We're twisted, but we're still part of God. But religion will argue that and say, no, you're not. You're a sinner. You need grace. You need a Messiah. You need Jehovah. You need Allah. You need Archangel Michael. You need the Galactic Fed. You need higher dimensional beings to give you your Christ consciousness or spiritual mastery. No, you do not. People are trying, so many people, individuals, so many groups, so many religions are demonizing the human race, putting down the human race. They're against the Christos. They're anti-Christos, baby. This is why they're putting down the human race. We don't act twisted or distorted because of a sinful nature. That's the distortion of religion. We choose, or individuals choose, certainly not all humans choose fear, guilt, religion's false creeds. Individuals are choosing, not on a sinful nature. But we have all of these lifetimes of distortions because of these fallen angelics getting involved with our spiritual religions, dominating, controlling the agenda, the narratives of religions. Now they manipulate us through the religion. Now it's not like it was originally. It is, to answer your question, it is these beings who are vengeful and wrathful. Vengeful, wrathful, anger, sacrifice, murder of entire men, women, children, races of people, babies, children, and animals too, using the angel of death to come into Egypt and murder all the kids. What the F? This is not God. This is the vengefulness The wrath of fallen angelic beings posing as gods. And I showed you in Voyagers how they're creating these gods, how these races are saying, I'm Yahweh, worship me, or go to hell. They're the beings in hell, the black hole, phantom matrix. So that's kind of bizarre and weird when you think about it. Beings in hell are saying, believe in me or come to hell. Machiwa, but this is the 3D consciousness of Earth. Demonize humans. Humans are horrible. We're lowly creatures. We're sinful creatures. We were created by these Anunnaki experiments so we can mine gold. It's asinine, it's ridiculous, and it's a lie. It's a manipulation. We are actually created as Diamond Sun, 12-strand humans, which is higher than the Anunnaki. Most of these Anunnaki, the hybrids, have less, like 5 or 6 strands of DNA. And Diamond Sun humans have 12. And they're telling us, putting us down. It didn't happen overnight. It's been happening since Atlantis, since Lemuria. In Human Seeding 2, it was million years ago. Human Seeding 1, it was tens of millions of years ago. They've been influencing us, changing our identity, changing our who is God, and creating all this distortion on Earth. Now humans are in the middle of this distortion. Now we're acting like they are now. Now we're following the false creeds of religion. I'll show you the diagram of the false creeds of the fallen angelic Yahweh, Metatron, all these dark beings that you're worshiping. This is what they're feeding you. This is now your speech, your thinking, your precious, most precious values. Okay, it's not showing Photoshop, but I see Photoshop. You guys, it's not switch. When I switch there, I don't see it. But this is I should be showing it. False creeds. The dark Templar, anti-Christic creeds in most modern day sexist patriarchy religions. And almost all religions on earth are patriarchies. A penis club. A god apparently looks like a human. First red flag. And God looks like a man. Second red flag. And here's the other red flags. God is saying, fear God. So now God's about fear. Religion's about guilt. It's about judgment. It's about elitists. Patriarchal, sexist, put down the women, the divine feminine. Now humans are sinful, inferior humans. Now humans are in subservience. Now you're demanded to sacrifice animals or humans like Jesus was sacrificed. Now it's a blood sacrifice. And you're drinking blood in communion of a religion. You know how powerful symbology is when you're eating flesh of a sacrificed, mutilated Messiah. You know how dark, twisted, black magic that is? Yet it's sacred and holy. You have no idea what is sacred and holy anymore, holy ones, when you're following these false creeds. This is not the original human creeds. This is. This is our true creeds of the innerchristos law of one. God sovereign free, baby. And it's tied in with the 12 attitudes of mastery. I mean, we talk about omni-love. We talk about, this is our creeds. Unconditional love. Hey, self-love. Joy. Grace. Bliss. Appreciation. patience, kindness. Do you see anything about fear or guilt or subservience or worship or putting down women? We're about reverent respect, all life, all gender. We honor. We're about self-integrity. We're about responsibility. We're about trust, accountability, impeccability, mindfulness, fearlessness, cooperation, co-creation. We're involved in engaged detachment, self-discipline, self-actualization, self-sovereignty, homie. Not in some vampire system where you're feeding energy, where you're all surrounding death. It's about death and murdering and killing. It's so sick. It's maniacal. And this is your divine beings. You're worshiping these beings, man, as sacred. Oh, God's mercy. But God's also murdering and killing and creating destruction, wiping out races. You can say whatever you want. Oh, God's love, God's grace, God's nice. But look what your God is doing. This is not God. It's an ET God posing as creator. There's only one creator, homie. And it ain't judgment. It ain't wrath. It ain't vengeance. You have no discernment. Some people do. Hello, Indigo child. You're awakening your consciousness. You're dismissing these religions, fallen angelic religions, fallen angelic false creeds. You don't resonate with fear and guilt and putting down the divine feminine. Do you resonate with that? Or do you resonate with the unconditional love, self-love, omni-love, grace, reverent respect, honoring life, being kind and friendly? That's what you resonate with, holy ones. Yes? Machua. Master Spliff, should we be living at peace? Of course, inner peace. That's one of the 12 attitudes of mastery. That's the way to live, being in peace. And when you say participating, let me make sure the camera, it's off, yeah. We're not condoning what the darkness does. But we know that they're part of God too. One of the huge pieces of the puzzle that religious people aren't figuring out is this is a huge hologram, a multi-dimensional, that means several different frequencies, different levels of creation. It's a hologram field. It doesn't mean it's not real. It doesn't mean it's not important, because consciousness, spirit, became manifest in a hologram reality, multidimensional reality. And it is in the hologram where we're participating in it. It's like you're with a bunch of people, other people around the world, playing an MMORPG game or playing some virtual reality world, like Second Life. There's these games where you can join and it looks like you're living a whole nother reality. It is in the hologram where parts of thought and consciousness can become distorted. God is not distorted outside of the hologram fields. So yes, we came to participate, but it's not a natural state. According to the Guardians, according to our teacher, Ashiana Dean, according to our teacher, we used to all be in the law of one. We knew that we were part of Creator. It was the natural process of life. But then it got all twisted when all these fallen angels started coming to our planet, in Atlantis, in Lemuria, getting involved in our Indigo Children priestcraft and taking over. These beings are part of God too. They're super intelligent too. They learn mechanics. They learn how to reverse the mechanics. This is exactly what Metatron did. Reversed the Jedi, the Skywalker, the Law of One. It is told part of these people, this cruise, bringing you the emerald tablets are twisted mechanics. These twisted mechanics were used by the Illuminati pharaohs, kings, queens, and emperors. Excuse me. And I have supposed guardians contacting me, and the first thing they say, I'm a queen this, I'm a king that. That's a title meant to put somebody in subservience. I'm not impressed, holy ones. Notice I'm not answering your questions, your text messages, your phone calls. It's people just lost in this la-la land of entitlement, of chosen ones. I'm a chosen one. Hi, Enuhazi. Have you been watching these videos, homie? Right? You have no clue what is unity, consciousness. Calling yourself chosen ones, calling yourself a queen from another dimension. I'm a queen from the fifth dimension. Hi, what's up? Let's co-create. Well, why aren't you answering my messages? Hello? Hi? Hi? I'm a queen. Don't you want to talk to me? Absolutely not. This conversation ain't going nowhere. When you got all the people on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and YouTube or direct message or email, they're telling me how they're so wonderful and great and hi, how are you? You can see these people a mile away, man. Or not. Master Spliff, we should be living in peace. Bless you. That's our creed. That's our path of the guardian. But you're going to get molested on planet Earth. You're going to get messed with. You're going to get twisted. You're going to get distorted. You're going to follow these black magic systems, these occult systems. You're going to follow Inky Anunnaki. You're going to follow Galactic Fed. You're going to be tricked. You're going to be duped. And most of these people being duped are star seeds and indigo children. They got caught up in it. I talk about my background. I got caught up in it when I had no clue. And then one day in 2010, I saw an interview between Carrie Cassidy, who I was subscribed to. I was one of her members, doing an interview with Speaker One, Ashiana Dean. Then my whole life changed. I got out of the occult. I got out of channeling. All these self-proclaimed channelers. I'm a angel channel. What are you? Right? Listen to my direct connection, baby. Oops. Like I said, you can see these people a mile away. When you actually learn unity in Christ consciousness, you start to see it everywhere. You see this narcissist, this psychopathy, all this twisted concepts in spirituality, twisted practices in New Age, dark practices in religions. And now you start changing your conversations. Now you start changing your relationships. You start divorcing people's asses. You start breaking up with these vampires. You start letting go of your old thoughts. That's what a spiritual awakening is. A spiritual journey is about change. So my question to you is, are you changing? Are you one of these spiritual snobs? Thinking I'm awakened, I'm enlightened, now I'm better than my family, my friends, or the world. I am a chosen one. I'm better than you. And people are going to still write their comments. And guess what? I'm still going to reply to them from the Emerald Order point of view, from the Law of One point of view. I'm going to talk to them how that is not serving anybody. That's not helping anybody. You're actually doing a disservice to spiritual awakening and ascension. Hello, that Yahweh, that Metatron, this is why they're dark and twisted. I explain it to them, and you won't believe. A lot of people are actually realizing this. Maybe not everybody agrees with my presentation. Sorry, not sorry. I have this presentation because I'm reaching specific kind of people. Chiwa to you. If you think you're so high and mighty and can do it better than I, because I got people telling me what I should and should not do in my Christos Avatar channel, you go do it, homie. I've been standing in these teachings and the accuracy of the law of one. Fact check yourself. You think I'm saying something wrong? Fact check me. Tell me, hey, look in the teachings, this is wrong, or you're not doing it right. Of course, if you're coming from the Terahertz camp, we're not going to agree anyways, Holy One. And this is why I made a public video about the split in the KS Shield and how Michael Dean and Speaker 2 and Speaker 3 and Speaker 1 were separate. Michael Dean is not perfect, you guys. He's got a lot of darkness himself. Even Lisa Renee talked about that. But there's still a legitimate split in the teachings. And those people are going to say, oh, this is why I made a public video now. Now I'll say, check this out, and then you decide. And I've already had lots of people email me saying, whoa, I didn't know about that stuff. And they can confirm it. It's not hearsay. It's not gossip. And like I explained, some of this drama played out on live video that's been recorded since 2010, 2011, 2012. And so, but those are some of the people coming and think they're better. You've even seen them come to my channel on our live chat and try to talk about this when they have no clue. You guys, most of these people came to my channel first and learned about the teachings and learned about Ashiana, then went to Ashiana, Asha actually, right? And then came back to try to correct me. You see what I'm trying to say? When we publicly say we're not following that split. Here's a split. Here's a letter written by this person. Here's an interview by Michael Dean. Here's an article by Ashiana's daughter. Here is a letter from Speaker 3. And you can check and read, and you decide, Holy One. This is why I made a public video about it. It's over 3 hours long. Check it out. Bless all of you and your choices. We even give links to Ashiana's website if you want to check it out. We give you link to the Voyager's Book 1, Voyager's Book 2. We give you links to Angelic Realities. We give you links to Cathara 1, Cathara 2, Cathara 3. As a matter of fact, let me throw in the link to Cathara 2, and moderators, please save this link for yourself to also share if you haven't already done so. Let me see. Websites. Christos Avatar. I should have this on a bookmark so I don't have to search for it. but give me just a couple seconds and I'll throw it in chat. Maybe someone already beat me to it, right? Do you think Trump's son is Anunnaki? I don't know much about Trump's son. I know a lot of Anunnaki hybrids are tall, but it doesn't mean all tall people are Anunnaki, right? What you do is you look at his creeds. You look the way this person talks and thinks and does, what the person's beliefs and values are. You get, and because most of these hybrids don't know they're hybrids. Just like a lot of indigos don't know they're indigo children. They're still sleeping. So I can't answer you because I honestly don't look into politics a lot. I don't even know a lot about Trump. I just know that you're not really a billionaire. You're not part of the presidency unless you've done some dark shit. Indigo Wizard. I didn't. Thank you, brother. If anyone has a question, ask by way of Christos Avatar. Yeah, that's how I'm noticing all these questions, you guys. But thank you so much, Indigo, for supporting this work, brother. Woohoo! And you guys, I survived. I can only do this full time with your guys' support. I'm not getting a paycheck from some boss. You are my boss. This is how I work. This is why I'm working full time for you guys. So I just want to say thank you for the small gift of $5 or $10 or whatever you feel called to. However you want to support this work. So there's a donation link, a $sign. Please do a live donation or a private PayPal link that is below. Or you can support this work by becoming a member, you guys. Now, we're not advertising the Discord chat because we have some trolls trying to attack my channel. But if you really, really, really want to be on Discord, write me a personal message if you're a member. And so you can also go to my Etsy shop and buy one of my crystals or my artworks. I work full time. Right now, I'm Monday through Friday, I'm releasing videos every day. Behind the scenes, I'm working on a big video called Metatron, the Metatron Collective Fall, right? So I'm working on the Anu race. Then I have to make the Giovanni race or the Metatron race, the higher level race. That's going to be easy compared to the feline aquatic ape. That was a challenge. So, and this is day 14 of me no smoking, just so people in the public know, because some people think weird things. Oh, you're on drugs. No, I'm not. I'm a vegan who doesn't do anything right now. I mean, I'm not trying to put anything else in my body. And so, that's that. Thank you, Indigo Wizard. Thank you so much. Anyone who helps and support this work, thank you guys. Even $2, right? Anything helps. Oops. Firebird Blue. Brother? These teachings are based on those creeds I showed you on the screen. Then you look at their creeds. Look what their creeds are based on. Then it's about your personal resonance. I didn't make up Law of One. Okay, you check Law of One and see if you align with yourself with it. Because these Emerald teachings, just like your comment, you're talking like I made these teachings up. Well, I got the book sitting right next to me. It's sitting right next to me. Does it say Anunnaki? I'm teaching. Did you go through Voyagers 1? Did you go through Voyagers 2? Have you learned anything about the law of one? Ah! Great. Anyways, I will read one paragraph, maybe two paragraphs of the law of one, Freebird Blue, and you see if how did you word it? If what I'm saying is phantom or not phantom. This is phantom. This is phantom. I'm not teaching this. The religion teaches this. The New Age teaches this. Do you align with this? I'm answering your question, homie. Or do you align with this? I align with this, or do you align with this? And I will read two paragraphs from the Law of One. Not Raw Material Law of One. That's a New Age source from the 70s. Got a red thumb, right? Just scraping it off my nail because it's kind of hard. I should have did it right away, right? It looked like it, when I took the book off, it was about to fall. Eventually, I have this better, safer situation. This is what the teachings are based on, homie. So you tell me, Firebird, if this sounds like right. The Azurite MCO members and the Emerald Covenant and founder races, not Enki, not Enlil, not Metatron, not Yahweh. The Emerald Covenant founder races who requested creation of this external contact point are always willing to work lovingly, equally, that's very important, cooperatively, co-creatively with any other individual or organization that genuinely promotes. Let me show this on the screen with you. Promotes and demonstrates the founder's freedom teachings of the innerchristos. So you learn about the innerchristos and you check if it resonates with you or not. Because most people think God is outside themselves. We talk about God being inside yourself. The founder's innerchristos, inner God teachings, include the Emerald Covenant, the Law of One, and the Lyran Syrian model of peaceful, not judgmental, not fear-based, not subservience-based, co-creative, egalitarian, self-sovereign co-evolution. Wow! I bet you never heard anything like that in your life. The Law of One represents the Ascended Master's protocol of divine right, interrelationship, which promotes, remember I'm just going to read one paragraph or two, which promotes the unconditional love, co-nurturing, and healing of all races through the recognition that all manifest beings, there's the word in capital letters, not some, not a chosen, not a favored by Yahweh or Allah or any God, E.T. God. Not just believers only, all, even the fallen angels, all manifest beings are faces of Source God manifest. That means became physical. There is only one consciousness, Source God, And all things, not some, all things and beings are living, diversified expressions of that common identity. You, brother, you, sister, all beings are part of this God. The law of one recognizes that beings who conduct themselves in seemingly ungodly ways are the ones who have most forgotten this core truth of their divine identity, including the Anunnaki, including the reptilians, including Metatron, including Galactic Fed. Through healing and reawakening of your God spark within, the D12, because that means dimension 12, innerchristos, any being can eventually remember and embody its blessed heritage. When this memory returns, unconditional love and co-creative divine right interrelationship become the natural embodied instinct, and acting as if the God in all things matters becomes the only sane and rational use of the divine gift of sovereign free will. You will not see any religion on earth talking in this way. Disagree? Write it in the comments who you think talks about you being part of God. One God, one consciousness, not a pantheon of gods, not self-proclaimed archangels. Here's the second paragraph I'm going to read. When the primal law of one is not willingly honored by beings manifest in the time matrix, like we have with the fallen angels, their creations become progressively more convoluted until eventually they create their own self-termination in space-time. When self-termination occurs, they call them fallen angel for a reason. They're falling, keep on falling, fallen angel. The once self-sentient being returns to God too as undifferentiated units of conscious energy without, that's the key thing, without memory, because they're self-destructing, because they're fragmenting. So they no longer have memory or individuated identity recognition, where it will be recycled by God. That's called fallen angels also return to source. Not just beings expanding to source, but beings who go without memory now are being recycled. Their asses are being recycled into other creations. The advantage, though, of awakening with the God presence within, that means if you're following law of one, there's an advantage, is that in doing so, a being can retain its individuation of identity and memory of its manifest experience. And to consciously, because the other path is unconscious oblivion. But this path is consciously, you rejoin Source God through ascension. Fallen beings don't go through ascension. They go through descension. Through ascension, though, a being retains the conscious ability to express full mastery of chosen experience, knowing itself at one-ment with God, through which, because you're not going to hear no Christianity saying this, no Islam saying this. Through the natural cycle of loving, conscious co-creation within the wholeness that is God can be perpetuated. Last sentence. Two sentences. The core foundations of these teachings, homie, and divine cognitions upon which the law of one, the Emerald Covenant, and the Lyran-Syrian cultural model and Azerite MCEO are structured. And they are the precepts by which the free world order systems within the Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds function. So you tell me, free bird blue, what you resonate with, homie. And that's your answer right there. And that's anybody's answer. Anybody can choose for themselves with their own free will and check their vibration. Which vibration do you align with? Do you align with the angry, vengeful God? Well, there you go, brother. You align with the God spark within? Here you are, man, brother. What's up, homie? Get off your knees, human race. Awaken, human race. Some of you are. So there we go. And start as God has said it. Discernment. Plenty of people have no discernment. And like Spiritual Gamer said, gotta feel into it with your intuition. Okay? Because some people are experiencing ascension symptoms, awakening their strands of DNA, experiencing psychic abilities, past life memories, connection to angels, higher selves, seeing other worlds, and some people are not. And it is those 3D people, the third chakra, making fun of, demonizing people with awakened consciousness and saying those things are not real because they can't perceive them. What they're doing is exposing that they're not evolving. They're exposing that they're cut off from their own higher self. And God allows that ignorance because God gave you free will, homie. Yeah, feel free not to be here. Feel free to move on. Simple as that. We would love for you to hang with us and actually read Voyagers 1. Actually read Voyagers 2. This isn't about philosophizing. It's actually digging into the teachings, putting your consciousness through these. It forces you to think into principles you're not taught in religion and spirituality in general. So many belief systems are looking out here for God, looking for some old man in the sky, looking for some angel, looking for some divine grace, some divine guidance. When these teachings are about what I just read to you in those 2 paragraphs, the law of one, you're a face of God, you have a direct connection, a vertical connection to Creator, Source. You don't need no middleman to God. And that's what religion teaches you. That's what Hindu teaches you. You need some blessing, some grace, some miracle. You need something from another higher being. No, you do not. And what's interesting, when you start to become awakened in these teachings, in the law of one and your inner Christos, you can debate any negative concepts that come your way. Anyone from Hinduism, Buddhism, any type of Islam beliefs, any type of Christian beliefs, they come with you all these twisted, distorted concepts of reality, of what God is, I'm talking about negative, dark concepts of God. Bless them if that's what they resonate with. But their spiritual awakening and ascension is down here. They're relying on some Holy Spirit. They're relying on some Savior. They're relying on some other being to give them their awakening. It doesn't work that way. You actually have to do the work. You actually have to meditate and learn spiritual knowledge and practice spiritual techniques. We don't philosophize. That ain't getting you nowhere. You have to get your hands-on training. You have to learn these triadic phase currents. You'll hear our teacher, Ashiana Dean, talking about triadic phase currents. The Emerald Covenant is teaching you how to heal your DNA, your Templar, reaching and achieving, no, reclaiming yourself, reclaiming those higher levels of yourself. Machiwa, Makaya, Masutas. Anything, any religion, any spirituality that comes your way, you got this Emerald Covenant Kung Fu. You have the innerchristos perception. You can answer any of those debates. You can reply to any of those comments with the innerchristos on your side, baby. Woohoo! Sir Madism in the house. What's up, brother? Yeah, Kung Fu, man. Crystal, Indigo Kung Fu, man. There really is something called Team Indigo, you guys. We incarnate as a group, as a family. Okay? We're coming from the awareness and memory of those teachings. These teachings talk about the 12 rays of consciousness. 12th dimensional ray, 11th dimensional, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's in the diamond sun human DNA. You know, we're replacing the old guard, the Azarites. We're the new guardians. Humans are not the center of the universe, but we are high-level guardians with 12 strands called the silicate matrix DNA, or diamond sun. Not all races have 12 strands. Anunnaki have 11. Reptilians have 10. Dracon have 9. You know, you saw some of these levels, some of these rays inside their DNA. Well, we have 12 rays, 12 levels, 12 tribes, 12 chakras, 12 Templar, baby. What's up? People can demonize us all they want, man. But the truth, the real truth is, humans, all humans are a guardian angelic race. They don't want us. They don't want the humans awakening. They want us disempowered. They want us confused about our identity. They want us thinking that the Anunnaki created us. They want us thinking that the reptilians created us. They want us putting down divine females. All these sexist pigs in religion. Okay? I had a comment today talking about their balls and going on eating no food, empty stomach. Homie, it's about male and female. But all those sexist religions putting down the female. Those are false gods. Those are false creeds. Those are false energies. Metatronic reverse energies, reverse consciousness. That ain't getting you to heaven. That's not getting you into ascension. It's getting you into falling, into entangling yourself into phantom speech patterns. Phantom, these people are damning you. They're judging you. Just like their ET godlets are doing. I mean, when you look at the qualities of these beings, they're worse than humans. Machiwa. I mean, it's not even a secret. It's not even a conspiracy theory, because these are in the actual Bible, actually in the Quran. It's out in their teachings. You know, including Father God, Yahweh, or Allah, for example. These are sinister, alien extraterrestrials from other dimensions. Not some divine holy being meant to be worshipped. Many such ET gods are described as burning anger. You know, they're described as being volatile. They're described as being deceitful. Egyptian gods, Roman gods, Hindu gods. You look at what they're saying, how they're being described. They're vengeful. They're murderous, including genocide of entire nations of men, women, children. Some of them are kidnappers, rapists, can cause destruction, chaos, war, are jealous, are hateful. They create fear. They demand sacrifice, demand subservience, demand blind worship. And it's religious people in the world with their cult mentality who want to claim this is Creator's work, want to claim this is holy. They want to, in their religious brain and their discernment, they believe fear and guilt and judgment and shame and subservience and authority, elitism, hierarchy, repentance, blood sacrifice, blood drinking. You're practicing communion in your temples, blind worship, even the sexist devaluing of women, and seeing us as horrible, sinful humans. They think this is holy. They're worshiping this as divine. No. This is fallen angelic work. These people have no idea what is holy. Because the real God does not judge. Fallen angels and demonic beings just judge. This is where judgment is coming from. This is why you can start thinking in your mind. Maybe you'll start thinking, wow, dang, that's true. Look, it's in the verses. It's in the Old Testament. It's in the New Testament. It's in the Quran. These are diabolical, crazy-ass beings. These beings are maniacal. They're horrible. Not divine. Not merciful. Not good. There's some twisted thoughts going on in the world. It's not conspiracy theory. I'm not making stuff up. It's in their own holy books. No, unholy books. And people swallow it. They eat it up. Now it's their truth. Now they're going and talking about accept Jesus as your Messiah, Savior. Accept Allah. You'll get Jehovah Witness coming to your door. Coming into your house. It's funny because our teacher, Ashiana, talked about that one day. They came into her house and started acting just like Jehovah Witness would. It's in the world. It's in people's thinking. They do crazy local stuff like jihad, like murder, like war. Like war is holy. And you don't recognize nothing? Nothing clicks in your brain? You don't have no, whoa, what's going on here? Is religion really God's work? God? Is this really truth? Something's twisted here. Something doesn't feel right here. Holy ones, are you having those feelings? That's what I do on my channel. This is my platform, based completely on the Emerald Order teachings. They're talking about the fallen angels. They're talking about the Christianity and the Islam as becoming distorted by these beings. They're talking about the false creeds. I got that term from here in Voyagers 2. False creeds. In here, the real Jesus story, in here. This is free. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for an overpriced book. The PDF is free. Here at Christos Avatar, we give you the free tools, the free links, the free workshops. You don't have to pay a penny. It's all free. and it's being attacked. These inner Christ law of one teachings are being attacked. They're being copyrighted, so you can't put them online. You're getting, people's channels have been taken down because of copyright. These teachings are being controlled, manipulated, just like they did in France, just like they did hundreds of years ago, just like they did in Jeshua's day. Jesus was an indigo, teaching ascension and spiritual awakening, teaching the Emerald Covenant teachings. They did it in Atlantis. They did it in ancient Egypt. They came and brought in their Illuminati factions, their fallen angelic agendas, taking over the Guardian teachings, twisting the Guardian teachings. Now look what you have today. A bunch of sexist, dark, twisted, judgmental religions. And you have no discernment? Come on, billions of people, billions of guardian humans, because we were all guardians once upon a time. All of you billions of guardians are following the enemy, following the false creeds, their creeds, not our creeds, following their Abrahamic family line. That's not our family line. That's the Niburian family lines. The Anunnaki fallen family lines. Not Lyran family lines, not Guardian, Indigo, Starseed family lines. Now you're taking on the narrative of Nibiru, the identity of Nibiru. Now you're like, now this planet has kings, pharaohs, emperors, rulers, ruling. That's a takeover. That's a conquering. Now you're in obligation. Now you're in taxation. Now you're in laws and commandments, twisted doctrines and dogmas. And what are you doing? Get off your knees, guardian angelic Christos avatars. These are called the freedom teachings for a reason. No longer being represented by Speaker One or Tantri Ahura. Now this information is being attacked. Now we're holding and protecting these teachings, sharing these teachings. Machiwa, blessing to all of you awakening to your own inner Christos. Blessing to all of you reclaiming your God spark, the God self. Say it with me, holy ones. GSF, God sovereign free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Self-sovereign. Knowing that you're a face of God. Knowing that you have a direct connection to God. You don't need none of these ET godlets in between you and God. You don't need none of these demonic, maniacal, crazy ass gods. You don't need their grace. You don't need their sacrifices. You don't need their saviors. You don't need their manipulations. You don't need their lies. And if that's what you've been following, you have free will to change. Blessed ones, holy ones. I acknowledge that my family was all Christian. I was brought up in Christianity. I went to Christian church. I went to Christian grade school. I graduated 8th grade at a private Christian school. It was in my background. It was in my frequency. It was freaking twisted shit in my head, in my psychology. It messed with my life. It messed with my health. It messed with my relationships. It messed with my mom's life. It messed with my dad's life. It messed with the family's life. It's in the world messing with your life. Praise God. Praise Jesus. Oh, there's a God. There's a real God. There's a real Jesus. And we talk about those here. We don't dismiss Jeshua. We don't dismiss Creator. We talk about the liars and the scammers and, bringing you phantom consciousness. People throwing judgment my way. I transmute. You get a narcissist in your life, transmute, Holy One. Well, this is part of our healing as an individual healing and a race healing. And start appreciating the human race. Stop. I'm not telling you what to do, but we need to stop demonizing the human race. Stop putting down. No. Blessed human race. We're a guardian race. All of our brothers and sisters. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. We teach you, we learn where the skin colors are coming from. We're not different species. We're the human race species together. In different cultures, different, beliefs. But we're all part of the same human race. The guardian, angelic, diamond sun, 12-strand human race. We have the 12 rays of consciousness in our 12th chalk Templar, 11. That's another tribe, a 10th dimensional tribe. We have all these rays, all these levels of ourselves, all these parts of ourselves. And most races are not 12-strand. The animals are 2-strand. Some ETs only 3-strand. Some maybe 6-strand, 9-strand, 10, 11. Most races do not have 12-strand. We're not a horrible, terrible, inferior race. Not even close. Holy ones. So start praising the human race. Know the fallacies. Know what the distortions are. And reclaim our people. Our true heritage. Reclaim who we are. Reclaim our planet Earth. Reclaim it back from these tyrannies, from these kings and queens and rulers. Take it back. We're bringing back the Christ, the real Christ, because there are fake ones, anti-Christos ones. We're bringing back the real God, the real teachings, the real creeds, the free world order. Machiwa to all of you. Blessings to all of you. Thank you for being part of this live tonight. I'll be ending the live right now, saying our goodbyes, saying our affirmations together. Thank you to my moderators for being part of this service, because that's what we're doing. We're in service. We're protecting these creeds. If you find yourself blocked, it's because we're protecting these creeds. We're keeping a safe space, a blessed space for all who want to learn these teachings. And you can voice your disagreement, but just be respectful. Don't use profanity. We don't want that in our space. Be kind and respectful to all beliefs. And so we're coming from these beliefs. This is our teaching. This is our code. And these teachings even talk about how that code, blue flame code, gold flame ascension codes, violet flame ascension codes, all of you different guardian humans have these different codes. And we're coming here with a mission. We're coming here with a positive agendas. Bless all of you coming into your fruition, coming into your realization. It's so beautiful to see many of you becoming more and more awakened, more and more brilliant. We're not perfect. There's so much distortion down here, so it's not easy, but we're aiming high, reaching for our highest, best version. And bless you for your effort. Bless you for your self-love, your unconditional love, your omni-Christos love, baby. Because a lot of you are very loving. A lot of you are expressing exactly what it is to be God sovereign free. Now it's starting to become natural. Did you notice? It's becoming part of your thoughts now. It's becoming part of the way you talk. It's becoming a part of how you treat others now. You're going to make a difference. You're a beacon, a light of the true Christ, K-R-Y-S-T. We're bringing in the Christos on planet Earth. And you will see people trigger against it. They're too comfortable in negative gods. So you can expect for someone to trigger or to be react in a negative way. But we're not sheep. We're guardians. We defend, we protect. We're not the aggressive ones. We're not attacking. We're not jihad. We're not judging, damning, because we're talking about you're all God. We're talking about you're a spiritual badass. The human race is awesome, not horrible. Thank you guys for letting me serve. Thank you for your patience. I'm not perfect. Never said I was. I know I can improve, and I will. 2025 is going to be awesome. Yeah? What's up? Thank you, Tracy Ann. Thank you, Taha 123. You said it. Emissaries of peace. Love you too, Lauren. Love you too, Nikki B. Sarah Holder. Shaddai Ure Akuntan. Shaddai Ure Akuntan. This is a call to Elohai. Blue flame. You're bringing it in, baby. Shaddai Ure Akuntan. Omedai Patuma. Omedai Patuma. Patuma Edeta Ekumna. Come on, speak Lyrian with me. Omedai Patuma. Tretila Idermna. Tretila Idermna. Derma Ekenta Ekumna. Omedai Patuma. Much respect and love to the Guardians, to the Guardian Alliance, to the Kirashe, to the Kundare, to the Unisai. Blessings to all of you, starseeds and indigo children awakening. Sincerely. Remember to have self-love for yourself. Have patience with yourself. You're a spiritual badass. It's buried in your junk DNA. We're learning how to awaken it. Thank you guys for being here. Namaste, Vato Locos! What's up, Indigos? Yeah. Machiwa.